Hi, Dr. Karen Kan. I'm the founder of the Academy of Light Medicine and the Topocan Healing Method. So, in this series called Healing Myths, Mistakes, and Misconceptions, I'm sharing with you some insights that I've gained over many years as a medical doctor, as well as a light medicine doctor with clients and students from around the world. Some of the healing questions that they have. This is an opportunity for me to address some of those things. Now, I don't know about you, but many people, including myself, in the past have been looking for what I call a silver bullet. So the silver bullet, in this case, a positive thing, is like, what is there one thing, that can speed our healing journey, help us heal more automatically, not have to work so hard. Because a lot of us are like looking for the next thing, right? The next healing modality to learn, the next certification, the next piece of equipment, the next device, to make our healing better, faster, easier. And we're looking for that silver bullet. And there is a form of a silver bullet that is right in front of us that I want to share with you today. It's all about reactivity. What's reactivity? Well, reactivity is your response to whatever is happening in the outside world. Outside meaning, in your environment. So if there's a pandemic, what's your reaction? If somebody, falls down and has an injury, what's their emotional reaction to that? If you learn that a parent has cancer, what's your reaction to that? And so there's so many things that we can react to throughout the day. That could be as simple as, dropping something on the floor that hits your toe and it hurts, or it could be something more complex, like the world is at war. And here's the thing, is that reactivity, our knee-jerk response, if you will, reacting to what's going on in the outside world, something that's already manifest, actually creates a brake, if you will. Like if you're in a car and you've got the accelerator and brake, it's like a brake to you speeding along your healing journey. The reactivity, actually, the emotional energy of reactivity tells the universe you want more of the same. It's a way in which the universe deciphers what we really want, not necessarily consciously, but energetically. We tell the universe what we really want by what we react to. We either react with joy or gratitude, neutrality, or we react to it with, negativity, freak outness, if that's a word, fear. And there's been a lot of fear perpetrated throughout the world, sometimes purposefully and other times, organically from various different sources. So reactivity is actually an Achilles heel to healing. Get it? Achilles heel, healing. Anyway, thought that was cute. So, so the reactivity is something that we have that we can work on day in and day out to speed our healing journey much, much faster. If we could decrease or eliminate our reactivity altogether, OMG, you will be a force to be reckoned with because you will not be able to be manipulated by sources outside of yourself. You will be fully sovereign. When you see the big picture that you are a soul having a human experience, then, this body, even though it is an amazing vehicle, it is just one of many lives that you are experiencing. So at the end of the day, even if your physical body were to die, it's not the end of life. No, you continue living. So by reacting, we slow down the healing process and actually create friction. And by reacting, we tell the universe to give us more of what we don't want. So how do we get to the point where we don't react at all? Well, it's definitely a training and it's definitely not easy for most people. There are some techniques that in Topocan healing that I teach, one being stoam, which is stillness through observing internal movement. And that's something that's free for you to, check out. And you can go to stillnessonthefly.com to check that 30-minute training and a free meditation you can download to help you get started. And beyond that, in Topocan healing, we have several protocols that can be really, really helpful. One of the protocols that I developed in 2021 is called the 5 Elements Emotional Transmutation. It's taking what I call a seed emotion that was created out of some sort of situation in this or any other lifetime that has grown into branches of other versions of itself, fractally, if you will, that then interfere with our ability to enjoy life. And if you can find what that seed emotion is and transmute it to its polar opposite, then you can do a whole heck of a lot of clearing very, very quickly. And in fact, in this particular protocol, which I've nicknamed FEET because it's, get it, 5 elements, emotional transmutation, spells feet, right? It works on the Chinese medicine emotions. It's just a tool to know, which element it belongs to, what negative emotion it is, and what you're transmuting it to. Most of the time you don't need to know, but you just know it's the opposite of the negative emotion. What I found working with this protocol in myself and with my clients and students is that reactivity is almost nil. Like, it was greatly, greatly reduced. And in part of the protocol, we actually share how you can actually imagine a worst case scenario and get all huffy and reactive about it on purpose. We're doing this consciously in this protocol in order for you to transmute it. So you bring it up because it's there festering in the background that you don't even acknowledge that it's there, because you're trying to push it down. It's not there, it's not there. But there's a little sliver there. So you can purposefully bring it up so you can transmute it to its polar opposite. That can be incredibly, incredibly empowering, because what I've noticed since doing these transmutations is that the reactivity for myself for particular situations has gone down tremendously. Now, it's still a work in progress. There may be other things to transmute, but this is just one example of how you can shift and change your reactivity with greater ease. Yes, meditation works. A lot of people that even meditate 1 or 2 hours a day do not have a handle of their reactivity the rest of the time that they're awake. And that's where the stillness through observing internal movement comes in. That's where some of these Topican healing protocols can come in. Because if you have neutral, you don't have to have happy, but if you have a neutral reaction or zero reaction to any negative thing in your life, OMG, the synchronicities, the healing, the abundance, whether that be prosperity, wealth, happy relationships, happy coincidences, things that go your way, actually come much faster, and it's very, very exciting. So I'd love for you to post in the comments below this video about what sorts of things have you noticed yourself reacting to lately and that you would like to stop reacting to. That could be, I don't know, that could be anything from mandatory, shots to dealing with conspiracy theorists, to dealing with governmental mandates, to dealing with cancer, to dealing with relationship breakups, divorce, alcoholism, whatever it is, see if you can at least bring to light what it is that you may have been reacting to in the recent or distant past and what you would like to transmute. I'm going to be hosting a 3-hour interactive workshop in the near future. I'm going to put the link below with all the dates and information. And in this workshop, I'm going to show you some ways in which you can practice this, changing and shifting of this reactivity so you can get further on your path to healing, heal much faster than ever before, and really have that peace, calm, and joy in your life, ideally 24/7. That's what we're getting to, and that's where we're coming to, even though there's all the stuff happening in the world that may be very stressful for you. Cool or cool? So definitely post in the comments below just what you notice you've been reacting to, what you'd like not to react to. Would love for you to join me in this 3-hour interactive workshop. And so I'll put that link there, and I hope to see you in the workshop. We're going to be doing some exercises together. I'm going to show you how to get into that stillness space, as well as sharing with you some other healing wisdom that you can use right away. At the very end of the workshop, you're going to be able to really have a gift where you can start working some of this right away in your life. So I hope to see you there. I hope you'll join me. And until the next segment of the series, lots of love and have a wonderful rest of your day.